Hello everyone, welcome to the 11th part of 8051 microcontroller, that is instruction set 4 branch instruction set. So these instructions are used to control the flow of actions in a program, and some instructions provide decision making capabilities and transfer control to other parts of the program. And examples of these branch instructions are unconditional and conditional jump instructions. Unconditional jump instructions are nothing but upon their execution, a jump is taken to a new location, and for unconditional jump instructions, upon their execution, a jump is taken to a new location only if a specified condition is met. Otherwise, the program normally proceeds with the next instruction. So let's see. First, unconditional jump instructions in detail. These instructions are used to change the flow of instructions without any condition, and these are the mnemonics used for this instruction set: sjump, ajump, ljump, acall, lcall, ret, and reti norm. Let's see all these mnemonics one by one in detail. First, sjump. Syntax for this instruction is sjump and relative address is given, and function performed by this instruction, that is short jump to 8-bit relative address. So this instruction jumps to the location which is available within the 256 bytes of a memory, because the relative address is of only 8-bit. So the location must be present within the 256 bytes of a memory. So this instruction uses an 8-bit address to jump, and the range of instruction is from -128 to +127 bytes from the instruction. That means total 256 bytes of a memory. So when this instruction is executed, given relative address is loaded into PC, and the relative address is either given by label or a direct address within an instruction, and no flags are affected during the execution of this instruction. Let's see the example. Sjump here. So in this instruction, here is used as a label. So this instruction, after executing this instruction, controller jump to the label here. Sjump 40H, which is nothing but the direct 8-bit address which is available in the instruction. So after execution of this instruction, controller jump to the given address. So here is the example. So here small program is written where move a comma #23h. So 23h is the value that is loaded into the accumulator. Again, another instruction is move r1 comma #5, where the value 5 is loaded or copied into the register r1, and here is the label L1, and under this label the instructions are move P1 comma A. So here content of accumulator is given to port 1. Here is the instruction RRA, means rotate right accumulator, and again here instruction is given sjump L1. So after execution of this instruction, the controller jump to this location L1, which is available within the memory of a 256 byte. So after this instruction, it will jump to L1, where again the content of accumulator, which is changed after this execution of this instruction, which is loaded into the port 1 again. Again here this instruction will execute. It will again rotate the accumulator by 1 bit, and again it will jump to the location L1. So this is nothing but the loop formed by infinite loop formed by this instruction. Next mnemonic is ajump, that is nothing but the absolute jump. Syntax used for this instruction is ajump address 11. So here the label or the address is given by 11 bit. So the label or the address to which jump is taken, that must be present within the memory of a 2 kilobytes. So 2 kilobytes of a memory that is addressed using 11 bits. So function performed by this instruction is absolute jump to 11-bit address. This instruction uses an 11-bit address to jump. When this instruction is executed, given 11-bit address is loaded into the PC, that means in the program counter. And this 11-bit address is either given by label or a direct address within the instruction, and no flags are affected during the execution of this instruction. Example is A jump L1. So here L1 is nothing but the label to which this absolute jump is made by the controller. So again A jump 540H. 540H is nothing but the 11-bit address to which controller will jump after execution of this instruction. Next mnemonic is L jump, that is a long jump. So syntax used for this instruction is L jump address 16. That means the label or the address which is available in the instruction, that is of a 16-bit. So the label or that address which is present in the instruction, that must be available within the memory of a 64 kilobyte. So function performed by this instruction is a long jump to 16-bit address. So this instruction uses 16-bit address to jump, and when this instruction is executed, given 16-bit address is loaded into PC, and this 16-bit address is either given by label or a direct address. No flags are affected during the execution of this instruction. For example, L jump again. So here label again is given. So after execution of this instruction, long jump will taken to this label. And in the second instruction, the direct address, 16-bit address is given. So after execution of this instruction, controller will jump to this given address. A call, that is absolute call. So in these instructions, the subroutine or the function that will be called into the program. So syntax used for this instruction is A call address 11. So again, whatever function or whatever program that is called by this instruction, that must be present within the memory of a 2 kilobytes, because the address is given by 11-bit. So function performed by this instruction is absolute call to 11-bit address. This instruction uses an 11-bit address to jump. When this instruction is executed, initially content of PC is pushed onto the stack, and then given 11-bit address of subroutine is loaded into PC. So actually PC is nothing but the program counter which holds the address of a next instruction to be executed. So while the microcontroller or the controller executing this instruction, already program counter will contain the instruction which is next to this instruction. But after execution of this instruction, this 11-bit address is already given into the instruction, so microcontroller has to jump to that location. So program counter must hold the address of that location. So before holding that address, program counter has to store the address which is already contained by it to the stack. That's why the program counter first pushed the address of next instruction to this ACALL instruction onto the stack, and then this 11-bit address is loaded into the program counter. So this 11-bit address is either given by label or a direct address. No flags are affected during the execution of this instruction. Example, ACALL again. So here whatever subroutine or whatever program is written to this location or this label, that will be called by this instruction. So this calls the subroutine indicated by the label again. Again here the address of that subroutine is mentioned, so it calls the subroutine indicated by the given address. LCALL. So here this is nothing but the long call, and the label or address that is available is a 16-bit. So whatever subroutine that is called by the instruction must be present within a 64 kilobytes of a memory. So this is nothing but the long call to 16-bit address. So this instruction uses an 16-bit address to jump. when this instruction is executed, initially content of PC, that is nothing but the next instruction address, is pushed onto the stack, and then given 16-bit address of a subroutine is loaded into the program counter. And this address is either given by label or a direct address, and no flags are affected. So this is example lcall again. So whatever subroutine is indicated by this label again, that is called by this instruction. In second instruction, it calls the subroutine indicated by the given address. RET, that is nothing but the return from subroutine. So function performed by this instruction is return from the subroutine or the small programs. So this instruction is used to return from subroutine. When this instruction is executed, initially return address is popped from the stack and loaded to the PC for execution of a next instruction. So in the last slide we have seen that for lcall and acall instructions, first the content of program counter has been loaded to the stack, and for return instruction, so first program counter popped that loaded address and then next instruction will be executed. No flags are affected. So let's see the example. So here is a lcall instruction, lcall L1, and after this instruction there is number of instructions are there. So next instruction is move R1 comma A. I have just randomly taken these instructions. So when this instruction is executed, that means here when lcall L1, this instruction is executing, program counter contains the address of this next instruction to be executed. But after execution of this instruction, program counter must be loaded with this address of L1. So program counter has to store this address of this next instruction to stack, and that's why address of this next instruction will be loaded onto the stack first, and then program counter will contain or loaded the address with this label L1. So after loading the address of this L1 label, it goes to here, then executes whatever instructions written under this label. So this is nothing but the subroutine. So here, after executing all this instruction, then last instruction is RET, that is nothing but the return from this subroutine. So when this instruction is executing, so program counter first pop the address of this next instruction which is loaded onto this stack, and then this next instruction will execute. Then RETI, this is similar to RET, that is return instruction, but that is for subroutine, and RETI, that is the special instruction or the mnemonic used for the interrupt subroutines, that is nothing but the return from interrupt service routine or interrupt subroutine. So this instruction is used to return from interrupt service routine. When this instruction is executed, initially return address is popped from the stack and loaded to the PC for execution of a next instruction. No flags are affected. Next is no, that is no operation. So syntax is just no only, no operation. So this instruction does not perform any operation. Not takes one machine cycle to execute. So it is used to increase or add delays in the program, and no flags are affected during the execution of this instruction. For example, here first instruction is move, that is A comma hash 0 0 H. That means we are moving the value 0 0 to accumulator, and we have putting here NOP instruction, and again we are making the accumulator 1 by loading the value FFH. So we have just provided delay for between these two instructions using this instruction no. Second type of jump instructions are conditional jump instructions. These instructions are used to change the flow of instructions only if condition is satisfied. And the mnemonics they are used for these jump instructions are JC, JNC, JB, JNB, JBC, JZ, JNZ, DJNZ, CJNE. Let's see all these mnemonics one by one. JC, the syntax for is JC, relative address is given. JC is nothing but a jump if carry is set. So here, this instruction uses an 8-bit address to jump. So after execution of this instruction, only when the carry is set, that is, if carry is 1, then only the jump takes place to the given relative address that is loaded into the PC. Otherwise, next instruction after JC is executed. So relative address is either given by label or a direct address, and no flags are affected. JC here, that means if carry flag is 1, then jump to the label here, otherwise execute next instruction to the JC. Another example is JC 40H. If carry flag is set or it is equal to 1, then jump to the given address. JNC. So JNC, again here relative address, 8-bit address is given. Function jump if carry is clear, that means no carry. So this instruction uses an 8-bit address to jump. After execution of this instruction, only when carry is clear, that means carry is 0, then jump takes place to the given relative address. Otherwise, next instruction after JNC is executed, and relative address is either given by label or a direct address, and no flags are affected. So JNC here, if carry flag is 0, then only jump to the label here. Again JNC 40H, if carry flag is 0, then jump to the given address. JB, jump if bit to the relative address. So jump if bit is set. So here this instruction uses an 8-bit address to jump. After execution of this instruction, only when specified bit is set, that is bit 1, then jump takes place to the relative address. Otherwise, next instruction after JB is executed and no flags are affected. So here, jump or a JB P1.2, comma here. So here, jump if bit, this P1.2. If this bit is 1 or set, then jump will be taken to this location or a label here. Again here, JB A.4 40H. So A.4 is nothing but the 4th bit of accumulator. If this bit is set, then jump to the given address, that is 40H. JNB, syntax is JNB relative address. Jump if bit is clear. So this instruction again uses an 8-bit address to jump. After execution of this instruction, only when the specified bit is clear or that bit given bit is 0, then only the jump is taken place to the given relative address. Otherwise, next instruction after JNB is executed. So no flags are affected during the execution of this instruction. For example, JNB P1.2 here. If the given bit, that is P1.2, is 0, then only jump to the label here. In this instruction, JNB A.4, 40H. If this 4th accumulator bit is 0, then only jump to the location 40H. Otherwise, execute next instruction. JBC. So here, syntax is JBC, relative address. Jump if bit set, and then clear the bit before jump. So this instruction uses an 8-bit address to jump. So in this instruction, the jump will be taken only when the specified bit is set, and it must be clear before the jump is taken to the given address. Otherwise, next instruction after JBC is executed. Relative address is either given by label or a direct address, and no flags are affected. So here JBC P1.2, here. jump if bit. So if this P1.2 is equal to 1, then jump to label here and clear the bit P1.2. Again here JBC A.4, 40H. If this bit is 1, A.4 is 1, then jump to label or a direct address 40H and clear the bit A.4. JZ. So here jump if accumulator is 0 to the relative 8-bit address. So after execution of this instruction, the jump is taken only when the content of accumulator is equal to 0 to the relative address. Otherwise, next instruction after JZ is executed. Relative address is either given by label or a direct address, and no flags are affected. For example, JZ here. So if accumulator is equal to 0 or content of accumulator is equal to 0, then jump to the given label here. If the content of accumulator is 0, then jump to the given address 40H. JNZ. So this is nothing but the jump if accumulator is not 0. So again, the same description is similar as the JZ 8-bit address. So after execution of this instruction, only when the content of accumulator is not 0, jump takes place to the given location. So example is given, JNZ here. So if the content of accumulator is 0, then only jump to the label here, otherwise execute next instruction. Another example, JNZ 40H. If the content of accumulator is 0, so not 0, then jump to the given address 40H. CJNE. Syntax is CJNE operand 1, operand 2, relative address. So function performed by this instruction is compare and jump if not equal. So this instruction again use the 8-bit address to jump. So after execution of this instruction, content of operand 1 is compared with content of operand 2, and if they are not equal, then only the jump takes place to the given relative address. Operand 1 may be register or a memory location, and operand 2 may be register, memory location or an immediate value. So carry flag is affected during the execution of this instruction. For example, CJNE A, #25 255, here. So here content of accumulator is compared with the value 255. If these two content they are not equal, then only jump is taken to the given label here. DJNZ. Syntax is decrement jump if not 0. So DJNZ operand 1 and relative address. So this instruction decrement by 1 or the operand that is given, that is decremented by 1, and jump if that is not 0 to the relative address. This instruction uses an 8-bit address to jump. So after execution of this instruction, content of operand 1 is decremented by 1, and if it is non-zero, then only jump takes place to the given relative address. And when operand 1 becomes 0, next instruction after DJNZ is executed. Operand 1 may be register or a memory location. Example, DJNZ A, here. So here, after execution of this instruction, content of accumulator will decrement by 1 and it will compare with 0. If it is not equal to 0, then it jumps to label here. Thank you.